Hi, everybody. This is Lee, and I'm talking about voting integrity with this video. And the fact that there have been many voices raised attempting to redirect attention from domestic malfeasance with our voting in both the Democratic primary of 2016 and then with the fall election of 2016. We've been redirected by many voices um, telling us to look at Russia as the source for all that went wrong in the primary and the fall election. And this has been said over and over, including by people that I suspect actually know better, for instance, Bernie Sanders. And the fact that not only he, but his voters were victimized by domestic malfeasance in the Democratic primary. And they went on to be once again victimized, likely, in the fall election of 2016. And so we see many aspects of this being addressed. For one, the DNC lawsuit that is still underway, that is in Florida, the court, and there are court hearings ongoing. And many issues are coming out. There are many revelations that people are still learning about what happened this time last year during the Democratic primary that actually have nothing to do with Russia. And the fact that we have a federal election commission being created, a new one under Donald Trump administration, a commission on voting integrity, and that Kris Kobach of Kansas will be the vice chair of that commission. Krosscheck Kobach of Kansas will be the vice chair of that commission. And we learned about him from Jill Stein and the Green Party's examination of the issues surrounding the fall election in 2016, that they made efforts to publicize the use of the Interstate Crosscheck system by Kris Kobach and how it succeeded in disenfranchising thousands, perhaps millions of voters from casting their ballots, that there was voter suppression, and that this effort had been easily guided by Kris Krosscheck Kobach of Kansas. And so, you think that's just one man, we can handle him, until you look to see who is going to be the actual chair of that commission on voting integrity. It's going to be Vice President Mike Pence. He'll be the chair. And so let it roll around in your head a little while and think about what it means, that what we are facing, that we have our mainstream media, instead of examining what occurred with the interstate crosscheck system used last fall, that they've been redirecting us to look at Russia. Instead of looking at the voter suppression during the Democratic primary with the DNC lawsuit, they're redirecting us to look at Russia. Instead of examining the ramifications of former President Barack Obama federalizing the oversight of the election system in several states under Homeland Security, they're redirecting us to look at Russia. And many things are being left unexamined. And so I am going to post a link to this article. It's at Common Dreams, examining the ramifications and the meaning of the presence of Kris Kobach of Kansas being put in charge of voter integrity based on what he has made efforts to do in the state of Kansas and how that affected our fall election. And so also for those groups, and there are many, as I've named many times on this channel, there are many groups who are currently recruiting candidates to run for office in 2018. There's some running currently for 2017, but for 2018, it's necessary and needed and important to look not only at the actual mechanics of running candidates for elections, but also the system itself, what is happening to it, what we can anticipate for fall 2018 based on what we're seeing being put into place currently for 2017, and then who's being who's filling positions, and then what mechanical or triggers they're going to put into place based on what we've seen from them in the past. I say don't lose heart, but also don't sleep. Be very much aware both of the outcome of the DNC lawsuit and the issues that will be raised from that, the issues of what we were shown by Election Justice USA with their PDF democracy laws, and then also what's happening in the Trump administration with the appointment of Kris Kobach and the continued insistence of mainstream media to redirect our attention to Russia as the sole source of voter suppression and fraud and interference, and the fact that even people who know better are copying and also participating in that propaganda. I say learn for yourself, use many sources, and keep your eyes open for what's happening. You cannot count on the mainstream media to tell you. You definitely have to keep yourself informed and then act accordingly. Good luck.